In January of 2017, OSHA surprised the abrasive blasting industry by rushing to publish controversial regulations related to beryllium exposure in the maritime and construction industries. Since then, there has been a flood of misinformation and confusion surrounding these new regulations. Because the new regulations would have imposed unnecessary requirements on abrasive blasters without any scientific justification, the Abrasive Blasting Manufacturers Alliance quickly responded by sending technical comments to OSHA and independently testing abrasive materials for trace beryllium content. The regulations were delayed twice, and changes were proposed to the original rules to the benefit of the abrasive industry as a whole. With good reason, there has never been a documented case of an abrasive blaster experiencing beryllium-related illness in the over 80 years of our industry's existence. We recognize that beryllium exposure can be an issue for other industries, such as beryllium alloy manufacturing, a completely different industry where beryllium levels are up to 90%, but not ours. And although there are new lowered exposure levels, those can be satisfied by following the 27 or so pre-existing OSHA safety regulations that have long been in place. Like OSHA's requirement that blasters wear personal protective equipment, or PPE. Thus, employers and blasters are well equipped to deal with these new rules without having to incur any significant new costs. But some in the industry are trying to claim that these rules will impact certain blasting media, like slags, but not others. This is patently false. The new beryllium rules apply to all abrasive blasting operations, regardless of the type of abrasive being used. To fight the spread of misinformation, the ABMA commissioned a thorough review and strenuous testing of beryllium content in various blasting materials. We used an independent testing lab to study the chemical contents of crushed glass, garnet, starblast staurolite sand, and aluminum oxide used in abrasive blasting. We ensured our testing used hydrofluoric acid to reach total dissolution of each sample, making it the most sophisticated testing method available. The results were conclusive. All the tested materials contained trace levels of beryllium. Since they all contain beryllium, and since OSHA's new action level is so low, all of the tested materials potentially would require compliance with the January 2017 regulations when used for abrasive blasting. Furthermore, the surface that is being blasted can also contain beryllium, which could potentially trigger compliance with the regulations, regardless of the type of abrasive being used. Anyone saying that some blasting materials, but not others, will be impacted by the beryllium rules simply doesn't have the facts. And those in the industry that claim that their products are beryllium-free or contain non-detectable levels of beryllium are spreading false information so they can profit. Blasters should be free to choose the best media based on their needs, rather than switch to a lesser material due to fear-mongering and false information. It is time for the industry to recognize that the beryllium rules impact each of us equally, and come together to champion sensible regulations that ensure worker health and environmental protection while preserving abrasive blasters' freedom to operate. Help the ABMA advance our industry by spreading all of the facts and none of the fiction about beryllium. Learn more at theabma.com.